Making music can be something that's super exciting, super fun, and you instantly get a hit of dopamine every time you sit down and create some music. You can easily get lost in the music and spend hours and countless hours in the studio. Just that process of making a melody, adding some drums, adding a bass, making a beat to it. It's such a beautiful art, right? But at the same time, we don't talk enough about the struggles that we face as music producers or as music creators inside the studio. This can definitely lead to a lot of frustration, you feeling unmotivated, and then you just don't want to create anymore. What if I told you there was a way to get inspired every single time to make the music that you want to make, and you go into the studio already prepared with what you want to make instead of wasting hours and hours in the studio? Coming to your studio setup or your music station prepared is probably something you've never really thought about. And what if I told you that's actually something that's super important and something you should do more often? You see, as we all have our busy lives, our busy schedules, we have things we have to do before we even get into the studio. Some of us are parents, some of us have jobs, some of us are still in school and single and are teenagers. And honestly, if you're in that stage right now, I would say take advantage of your time, because you have no idea how lucky you are right now. But for the rest of us that have to juggle a schedule around everything, we have to make music a priority to us. But in order to do that, we also have to come prepared into the studio already with this mindset of what you're gonna create. Some of the things that I like to do to get prepared when I walk into the studio is I like to listen to some music while I'm not in here. I like to put my headphones on, listen to some good music, and then I go ahead and choose one song that really hits me, one song that I'm gonna recreate while I'm in the studio. And the reason why this is important is because you walk into the studio already knowing exactly what it is that you're gonna do. You know the set of chords you wanna play and what key you're gonna play, what BPM you're gonna play, what drums you might use. You know every little detail. So I could be either washing dishes, or I could be doing something in the house, helping my wife out, hanging out with my son. But there's a moment where I just put some headphones on for at least 15 minutes and I listen to some music and I choose, okay, this inspired me today, this is what I'm gonna make. And if that's not working out that day, then I go into Instagram or I go into TikTok or YouTube and then go watch some of my favorite content creators. Don't stay and binge watch a bunch of stuff. No, I just go in there for like 15-20 minutes, I take what I need to get, and then after that, I'm ready to go. Careful when you go into your phone, because then you can procrastinate, and that leads into like wasting time even more, and your time management just gets out of whack and you're back in this cycle again. And if you're really not feeling inspired after making some music, then I suggest you just take a break. Take a day, but don't be so hard on yourself because you weren't able to achieve what you wanted that day. It's okay to take breaks, go watch a movie, go hang out with some of your friends, because that releases a lot of stress. And then when you walk back into the studio, you feel that heavy load off your shoulders and you feel more creative, feel more inspired, and you feel more energized, which leads to better creativity. But if you're ever feeling really inspired and you know you have a melody in your head, and don't waste time. If you have that opportunity, go into your studio and just start creating a melody. And if you don't know what to do next, then create a counter melody. Add a snare. Finish off the drums with some bass. And at the end, if you're not happy with what you created, that's okay also. Don't be so hard on yourself. I've made countless beats that I'm not proud of. You know, sometimes those are the ones that some people like and some I just scrap. The whole point about this is if you're ever feeling unmotivated, remember that this is normal and you don't have to beat yourself up for it. Music is a universal language, so never stop creating.